and we are going to go to 4-player version. We're all set up. We're all pretty here. And hello, everybody! Please let us know if nothing works.
Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Exactly. We are joined here by two wonderful, amazing people. We have Caryl and Monique. Lindsay's prepared a little introduction for them, so if you could go ahead and go into that, Lindsay, that'd be great.
Yeah, so we're here with Caryl and Monique, and we're going to hang out and play some games. One game in particular, which is Keystone North America, which is Isaac and I's little baby for our new company. Caryl is the Director of Marketing of Sales and Customer Success at Leader Games, and Monique is the amazing Twitch personality known as the Gamefreakgeirl.
Thank you.
Thank you both for being on so much. Is there anything else that you guys want to add to your introduction?
I go Gamefreakgeekgirl.
Yeah.
Gamefreakgeekgirl. I'm so sorry. Nervous.
You correct her, Monique.
Gamefreakgeekgirl.
People get really confused, and I just feel bad. I'm like, yeah, that's right. That's
there is a G in there. I'm so sorry. That is totally my bad. I get nervous. When I read and I'm nervous, I flip letters around in my
You're
head.
totally fine. I just feel bad every time because I didn't realize this was a tongue twister because like I made that name like years and years and years ago, like on just some throwaway website. And then I was just like, yeah, it fits. So I just kept using it. And then ta-da.
It's fantastic. You don't apologize for it. You let everybody else know.
I'm a geek.
Caryl, any other corrections you want for us?
Yeah. What else?
Yeah. So it's Caryl with a Y, and
and she's actually the owner of Leader Games.
And the artist.
Awesome. Well, we are so excited to get to know you guys a little bit more. We've also prepared some questions as well. Lindsay has. I've been running around on Twitch stuff. So
Lindsay has lost confidence in her questions.
It's fine. We'll do fine. We'll be great. And we're also going to jump into Keystone. We're going to teach you both how to play because you guys haven't played before. And if anybody else in the chat has some questions for us, please feel free. Also, just so you know, you might hear a little bit of food ASMR if you're into that.
I have ramen.
Because Isaac, smartly enough, built in no breaks during this schedule. So Lindsay and I are a little behind on nutrition. So we're going to be doing eating a little bit during the show. We apologize if that offends any of you, but... we're
too bad.
Beings and we need to eat, so I don't care. All right, Lindsay, you can go ahead and start off with question number 1.
Yeah, so this is my favorite question to ask literally anyone I meet who's into board games ever. And it is, what is the first board game that you kind of remember playing that was a little bit different? And was there one board game in particular that was like the small pebble that started the avalanche that became like your obsession and love for the hobby?
Go, Caryl.
Okay.
Yeah, anyone can start. You guys can just jump in. It's not that organized. I'm sorry.
Okay, so mine is Zombicide. So it's that CMON dice chucking dungeon crawl game with zombies. It's basically if Left 4 Dead were a board game. And the reason why we got into it, and that's where we started, is because I've been super into video games ever since I was small. And my partner... I wanted to play something with my partner, basically. And I tried to get her into Call of Duty Black Ops, which is like, the zombie first-person shooter game. That doesn't go so well for her because she gets motion sick and it's first person and that was a disaster. So I was looking for another way for us to kind of bond over a cooperative game. And I started Googling what we can play. I think I Googled like zombie games. I was looking for something that maybe wasn't first person or something like that. And I came across a board game article on a video game website and it listed all the top board games from that year and Zombicide was basically near the top. So lo and behold, I chose a cooperative game that had zombies. So that fulfilled my little niche there. And it didn't have first person cameras to get dizzy from. So That was perfect for her. And then we bought like Carcassonne the week after, and a whole bunch of other stuff the week after that.
It's awesome. Yeah, I can understand that dizzy problem because like I don't really get it too much from television stuff, but I have not tried VR at all because I know it's gonna like I feel like it's gonna mess with me quite a bit. So I'm just waiting till the technology is like so amazing for me to even give it a chance because I want to love it, but I can't get into it because I know it's gonna mess with my eyes way too much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I cannot do. I get severe motion sickness. I'm such a baby. I cannot do VR. Or I can. I just have to like take nausea medicine and then wait a few hours and then see if I still have time to play.
Yeah.
Our energy. But yeah. I think for me, like my one like seed game, I think I talked about this recently, was Guillotine. Like I'd always love board games, but that was just like, what's this? And it was just like a fun little card game, but it may as well have been like Lightning because like I still didn't know about hobby stores or hobby games or anything. I just loved Guillotine. And then my game that like I started playing, I got into like, you know, like some other like more popular games like Carcassonne and Catan and things like that, but I wanted more and I got tired of buying expansions. And so I was like trying different games, and like I bought a few games that were really, really hard because like at the time I was young and very poor. And so it's just like, so I got these games and they were just like, they weren't satisfying for everyone, and they weren't as they just didn't catch on to us. And so I was about to give up. And then I saw Dead of Winter.
Aww.
I looked straight into the eye sockets of Diego and I was like, I'm in.
I love Diego. He's my favorite.
Oh, Diego.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love Diego. He's my favorite character in that game.
Yeah. And it's funny. I was just gushing about like that experience of going through, like it was the first cooperative game we had. So that was new. And I really liked that. And then I really liked that it was accessible because I was a teacher at the time, I could play this with younger people, that like without like by the curating the family mode, you know, the symbols that said like, this is more accessible for more groups. That was amazing. I loved that. Like I could curate this game to different people. And that was really exciting. I didn't know I could do that because I could never do that with the other games. And then it had stories, or I'm like, oh my gosh, I got like themes going, and I'm like, I'm like already playing all these mind movies in my brain playing that game. So it's like something that has absolutely stuck with me and has been like very near and dear to my heart was Dead of Winter, because that was such an amazing, enriching experience, and I loved it. And it was finally something that I could get people to see that it was something different than like Munchkin and Monopoly and Carcassonne and Scrabble and the other things that we were playing at the time. And I was in love, and that's what kept me in the hobby, because I kept wanting to have more experiences that were a lot like that. So thank you.
Well, thank you. That is like the greatest honor I think any designer can receive, that like our game was an inspiration to get people into the hobby. You told me a little bit off screen when we talked, when we were booking you for this. But it still means so much to me that happened for you. And Dead of Winter is definitely been the game that's probably done that for the most in my career. And we're super excited to see what else we can bring to the table with Rose Gauntlet, and how many more of those experiences that we can hopefully do. What's even more awesome is that you took that love and that passion, and then you decided to continue sharing it with other people, which is even better. Now I'm getting even more out of it. So that's awesome. That's such a great story, Monique. I appreciate that. That's awesome.
That's cool. Did anyone else? Oh, go ahead, Monique.
I was going to say, I might be mildly enthusiastic about board games, which is also why I met Caryl.
I was going to ask, like, if anyone else, because Dead of Winter was also the game that got me into the industry, which is why it's so mind-blowing where I am now. But did anyone else's group develop like almost a Rocky Horror Picture thing with their Dead of Winter games, where like, for example, Diego, every time we played, you had to describe what Diego was doing in the sexiest way possible. That was just a rule in the game.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, like where you like, there were like almost like house rules on top of rules, where like you just had to do these things. You just had to.
Yeah.
And it turned the game into like this really weird interactive like theater experience.
I wish I tried. I really tried to push that into the game. I am like, because I played with my D&D group. I'm like, role play, and they're like, we're so over you right now. So I mostly like just kept it secret and in my head. But like, I will never forget the first time I met, because like we had never drawn Mike Cho, and I remember like it's like the movie. It was like the Mine movie was dark. I had to go into the convenience store. Like there were zombies everywhere, and I was just like, man, this character's probably gonna die. And then I got Mike Cho, who came crashing in through the ceiling, and then like beat everything up, and I'm like, yes. So I love like the or at least the Mine movie character of Diego in my head, or it's just like this person is just like determined to keep hope in the world, and that's why they became a firefighter, and that's like post-apocalypse. They became a zombie fighter, and then like Mike Cho is just like, I got bored, I learned these skills, and now I'm useful.
That's awesome. I love hearing everybody's different renditions of how their characters evolved within their own little groups and what they represented. It's like one of my favorite things to hear at a con when people tell me like, oh, this crossword card triggered this, and then my friend did this, and we had this story. I am sorry about that, though. I have a storm going on.
Look at Isaac bringing the thunder.
I know. So we apologize if for some reason all of this stream shuts down. I'm going through a storm right now, but hopefully it doesn't. Anyways, I wanted to go ahead and ask both of you, because that question always kind of leads me to this one. So you guys got into the industry, you love these games, you both have different stories on how you got there, but both of you decided, okay, well now I kind of want to spread the love, I want to do some content creation, or I want to go ahead and work in the industry. Take me through that journey. Why did you decide to take that next step?
Oh, this is a big question. I think for me personally, it does go back to kind of what you were talking about, just spreading that love. Because my first step to the industry was trying to start up my own board game shop. And I wanted to be able to create my own meetups. I wanted to curate a community in Toronto for people that also enjoy and love board games. And I dabbled into content creation at the time because there were so many great games to me that wasn't being talked about, that I wanted to somehow highlight it either through the store or through like, you know, blog or video content, or just talking about it, like anywhere I can talk about it, so that people can enjoy the same things that I've enjoyed and bring the same feelings that I get whenever I play those games. I think, oh boy. Okay, on the spot, I can't think of anything right now that was super under the radar, but there are plenty of under the radar games that I would love to talk about and love people to see playing. Just because, you know, this is something that I can play consistently. I can bring this to my family, or, you know, I can have it for any one of these different situations or opportunities. And it's so good seeing other people share that experience and being able to just spread that joy a little bit. And, you know, being able to work in industry, I have a brand new appreciation. And I want to emphasize appreciation for the work that gets put into these games. Like, you know, it's one thing to look at it from the perspective of someone just like playing it and enjoying it, but knowing, I mean, like looking at Keystone. I'm not wrong on that, right? Keystone?
Yep.
Keystone. Okay, yes. Just looking at the number of art that you put into this, and just knowing your mission statement as a company, I see who you are and I can identify with that. And, you know, I just have nothing but love for anyone working in the game industry, anyone who wants to put effort into the game industry, just because like it's like, this is beautiful. Not only like the game itself physically, but, you know, us being able to like sit here today and play and interact with each other. It's a beautiful experience, and I love sharing that with anyone who wants to share that with me.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
So cool.
And that's exactly the same reason that Lindsay and I love doing what we're doing, because the opportunity to just get to be creative, spend all those creative muscles, and do so many awesome things that also brings an entire community together and brings so much joy is just an absolute blessing. We're just so incredibly in love with this work, and that's why we wanted to do something that had a little bit of our style on it, but still just kind of continue the work that we've done over the last few years of being in the industry. How about you, Monique? What's the story?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just like sitting and like thinking about like everything Caryl just shared, and I'm like, oh, my heart, like this makes me feel so good, because I was those people. Like, it's funny, like I met Caryl like on the sidewalk, but then when like I met you, started following you on Twitter, I was just like, oh my gosh, I've seen you with Mandy. I think you two did some videos together.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember being like so excited. I was just like, there's more women? Because it was like I had a lot of like the less than friendly game stores experiences.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
And then my journey, like a lot of people, like usually when we fall into a hobby, someone showed us something cool and then we asked them about it until like we hit the end of their knowledge and then continued on our own. But I think it was like, just one of those things that for me, it was just like, oh, I need to know everything about all of this. Like once I realized there was more to it, but it wasn't always like a great experience, because I love to talk to people. I love people. I love to talk about games. And I really, anytime I went to a store, I was like, hey, do you want to talk to me about games? Can you tell me about this one? What about this one? And like, I seen this, what does this logo mean? Is this the publisher? Like learning about like publishers, designers, and like mechanics. But like always trying to get like people trying to push me toward Catan and Ticket to Ride. I think that's how I ended up with so many expansions, because I was intimidated. But once I realized that like there was more out there, and I realized this through content creators, I realized it's like other people really do love this the way that I love this. And then like I'd listen to them talk about it, and then I'd like just mostly do my own research, and then like any of my friends, I'd be like, do you guys want to have a game night? I'm making dinner. Like, they're like, oh, you're making dinner, we're in. And then it's like
that's the way to get them.
Yeah.
So yeah, so then I wanted to open a board game cafe, and went back to school, decided to go to my first board game convention, and went like, okay, so maybe not maybe I don't open my own, because I really want to know more about this industry. And I just got to meet a lot of people, talk to a lot of people, and then also get in with Girls Game Shelf. And so that was kind of it. It was just mostly just talking back to the people who talked to me about board games online.
That's awesome. That's so
really
cool that
cool.
both of you kind of wanted to start your own stores in a way. It's such a fun random thing that you both kind of wanted to do. We would love one day to have some sort of physical space for fans to come and interact. I don't know if it'll be a store. I don't know if it'll be a cafe. I don't know what it will be. But
I don't know either, Isaac, because we definitely have not talked about this.
Exactly. Me and Lindsay, like, I throw ideas at her all the time. She's like, Isaac, you've been thinking way too much about this. You just told me about it. But yeah, like, I don't know. I'm a crazy dreamer. I come up with all.
Well, you just
stuff
love people.
all the
You just want to
time.
be around people all the time.
I do.
Thanks.
That's what it is. That's honest. You want a cafe so you can hang out in it all day with people.
I love new, interesting people, like both of
Yeah.
you.
I love board game cafes, that intersectionality of like food and like that community experience and play and that community experience. It's the best. It's the best.
We had Ruel on, and we like gushed about food because we found out he was a foodie. And we just, both me and Lindsay, anytime we go to a convention, anytime we meet up, period, we try to find awesome restaurants. We try to go to amazing places because we love food and we love games. And that's all that we want to do.
That's really all we do.
So
We make
if we
money at the
ever-
convention and then we go buy food with it.
Yes, exactly. So next time, hopefully, pandemic willing or whatever, next time we can all hang out, we're definitely going to eat food and we're definitely going to play some games. That's going to happen.
Yes.
Cool. So, Lindsay, did you want to go ahead and jump into kind of giving them an overview of the game real quick?
Sure. Yeah, so, and Isaac, I don't know. I'll try to describe it, and then you can move your screen, or if you want to eat, that's fine.
I'm gonna take this last bite.
All right.
I'm gonna take this last bite and move my screen.
Which one are you doing? Move your mouse on it so I know which one to set up on.
All right, where are you?
My
Which
examples.
one are you on? I'll just move to you.
Well, I'm upside down, so I'd rather do one where the cards are face up.
Okay, cool. You can just go on mine right over here.
All right,
I am
perfect.
on this one.
All right. So in Keystone, North America, we are all biologists, and we are going to try to build ecosystems and introduce animals to those ecosystems in a way that gets us a ton of points. And what points means, because I think starting with scoring is actually the best way to go here.
Mm-hmm.
So when you create an ecosystem, that's not an actual matching ecosystem. Hold on.
Let's find you some cards. I'll look up
Get
for
some
cards. For you.
There we go. You can find me a 4 swamp Isaac. That would be really sweet.
Here you go.
Or a wild card. Perfect.
For swamp.
So here we have a swamp ecosystem. So an ecosystem is built whenever 2 symbols match next to each other, and then the numbers have to be in a numerical consecutive order. But it can be descending or ascending, right? So this is 2, 3. This is a wild card, so this can be anything. 4 and 5, and then this makes an ecosystem chain because all of the animals share the swamp ecosystem down here, this purple one. So at the end of the game, because there's no gaps, there's no missing numbers, and it could be easily 5, 4, 3, 2. This would be worth 1, 2, 3, 4 points. So 1 point per ecosystem that you build. But what's really cool is these animals have something called the keystone symbol. So this animal has a keystone symbol, the North American beaver, and the mountain lion has the keystone symbol. And keystone animals in real life are animals that are so vital to their ecosystems that the ecosystem would actually collapse if they were removed. So they are worth a ton of points. So when a keystone is involved, it allows you to add all your points in that chain again. So this would normally be worth 4 points because you have 4 cards. But with the keystones, and you have 1, 2 keystones, it's now worth 12 points because you were able to add all of those twice more, 1 for each keystone symbol.
Yeah, so you get to count the sequence completely again once for every keystone that you have. So those are really, really nice too. And then you want to explain research tokens real quick?
Yeah, so you're going to be able, you can do 2 actions on your turn. You can either take an animal from the field, which is this lineup right here, and it is what is commonly known as a river mechanic. So what you would do is you're going to have these synergy tokens to start the game, and you're going to get more later. And you'll pay 1. Let's say you really wanted this rock ptarmigan. You'd have to pay for each card that you skipped over to grab that rock ptarmigan, and then you could drop it down. I have no Arctic animals. That's all right. I'm trying to find a good example. It doesn't
grab
matter.
the cactus. That's probably good.
Do you need a model for the Hellbender? Because I know someone.
Perfect.
All right. And then whenever say you took this rock ptarmigan, if there was a synergy token on it, you get the synergy tokens to add to your pool. The other way that you get synergy tokens is that if you put 2 animals next to each other and they share habitats, you gain 1 synergy for each habitat they share. So if you took this rock ptarmigan next to the doll sheep, you get 1 synergy for getting those, or for putting the animal there and having them share 2 habitats or 1 habitat. If they share multiple habitats, like if this rock ptarmigan was also a forest or a desert creature, you could get 1, 2, and then 3 from the doll sheep.
And we'll go ahead and walk you through each of your first few turns. So as you guys connect some things, we'll make sure that you're grabbing all of that as well.
So that is your first action, which is your introduce action. The next action you can do is called your skills action, and it's one or the other. You have to choose on your turn. And these skills all do different things. There's a cheat sheet for the symbols here, but we will also tell you. This one allows you to look through the top 3 cards of the discard pile and choose 1. This one allows you to look through the top 3 cards of the deck and choose 1. This one allows you to put a research token on a card that has research tokens, which is normally not allowed in this game. Normally, the animals need to not be researched for you to put fresh tokens on. This one lets you put a research token on an animal that's endangered. And the research tokens, so let's see. So say this was endangered, which I have a little exclamation point here if it was. So you'd be able to put a research token on there. That allows you to add 1 to your chain at the end of the game. So if there's 2 research tokens here, this would be worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because you've got the 2 research tokens. And then you would add that twice more for the keystones.
Yeah, so that would be in total, it'd be 6 plus 6 plus 6. So it'd be 18. Or wait, yeah, that's 18. Correct.
Yes, it is 18.
Me and Lindsay are both slow at math.
So we made a math game.
So we made a math game. Why not?
Of course.
We'll get there eventually.
This one here, so that's how the research tokens work. They're super good. The last game we played, I crushed it because I just researched everything on my board.
She beat the crap out of me.
And this last skill token here is rearrange. So this will allow you to take 2 species on your board and move them to new open spaces. And every time you move a species, you get to score the synergy tokens again. So if you had this snail kite and you moved it over here, you get to score 1, 2 for the 2 matching habitat symbols that it has. Whenever you do a skill, you're going to flip it over. And then as these kind of get flipped over, you can choose at any time to, instead of doing an active one, which is the white side, to do all of the exhausted. So if they're on yellow, you get to do all of them at once for your skills action. You gain all the effects, but every time that happens, you're going to move the round tracker up 1. And if it ever hits to the 10 for a 4-person game, the game will end. Or if someone completely fills their board up with animals, the game will also end. And it's an equal amount of turns at the end as well. So if the 4th player ends the game, then the game is just straight over.
So the only other thing that you can do in addition to your actions on your turns is also potentially purchase a wild card. So if you have 10 synergy tokens at a point during the game, as a free thing that you can do on your turn, either before or after your action, you can spend 10 synergy to purchase a wild card and place it on your board. So how wild cards work is that they can represent any number between 1 and 5. They only have 1 habitat and 1 season symbol on them, though. So that's how they're going to function during the game as well.
Oh, yes. And then we also have these lovely... we're going to show you Isaac's secret objectives. Sorry, Isaac.
They don't know
so at the beginning,
choose.
So at the beginning of the game, we're going to be able to choose one of these 2 and discard the other. And then all animals are in a season. That's represented by the art, and it's also represented by the symbol in the corner here. So this is spring, the yellow summer, the purple is fall, and then the blue is winter, although I don't see any winter creatures. And then however many times you can match these shapes with seasons on your board, you get to score those amount of points.
Yeah, and
so you could score like this one twice, as long as they didn't overlap.
If you'll see, I have this one right here already on the board. I have the mountain lion and the wild, which will have those 2, and I have this that way. But if orientation was for some reason this way, I could also have scored in that direction too. And remember, as long as you haven't used a card to score 1 already, if you have the same pattern somewhere else on your board, you can score it again.
Right, that's pretty much the gist of the game.
We'll go ahead and catch you guys up on anything that you need to. Now, this game for 4 players, learning can sometimes go up to about 90 minutes for everybody learning. But it's usually a pretty quick game, only lasts about 45 to 60 minutes once everybody has an understanding. But since we're on a time cap for the stream, we might cut off the game a little early and just do scoring a little early, just so you guys know. But I'll try to make sure that we're giving everybody like a 20-minute heads up before we're closing the game, so you guys can close off your points and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and start us off. I think that'll probably be best. Do you guys have any questions as of right now?
One quick question about
Yeah.
scoring. So, do we only score at the end of the game, or is there a way we're kind of like scoring throughout?
You
Lots of
only
good
score at the
questions.
end of the game. The only kind of things that you get by placing on your board are these synergy tokens.
Gotcha.
And you guys can go ahead and look at your secret objectives now and choose one of your choice. And if you guys have not used Tabletopia before, you can slide this into your hand by going to the bottom of the screen, and then it will be secret from everybody else.
Which one's mine? This one here? No. Am I over here?
Yeah, just take
I've got
whichever
mine
one
right.
works
Just
for
take
you.
a board. Yeah, just take a board. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I have no idea at this point where I am.
Where are... Okay, yeah. And then for the ones that you're not choosing, just go ahead and place them above the deck, over here. Actually, we're just going to go ahead and place it right here in the center. Down here in the center. And those are the ones that were not chosen. Cool. And I'm going to go ahead and start us off by taking one action. And if you guys ever get confused about what skill tokens do, you can look at the skill token guide, and you can also just ask us. That's fine too.
Will do.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start off with a cactus because I want that cactus. It has
Oh
a
wow,
keystone
starting off
symbol.
expensive.
Wow.
Yeah, it has a keystone symbol on it, and it's going to start off my life the way that I want it. I'm stranded in the desert, and I'm taking this home.
All right, so
All right, and then it's on to your turn.
I think it's my turn next.
Yeah,
I'm on.
if
I'm on
you're
this board.
right,
All right,
above-
I'm taking this board. So,
Sweet.
I will take. Oh man, where do I want to kind of start my whole adventure here?
And now I'm going to move on to my peanut butter and jelly cookie.
Say
Look at that.
it.
Look at that
What?
thing.
Good.
It's from Crumble Cookies. Have you guys ever been to Crumble Cookies?
We just got one of those.
Oh my god, check it out if you haven't already because they are amazing. And this week's specialty is peanut butter and jelly cookies, and they are amazing.
I was so ready. I thought you'd be like, it's peanut butter jelly time. Butter jelly time. Way out. Cookie dough. Cookie dough.
It's so good.
Oh, I screwed up my card. How do I fix it?
What's
Oh,
happening?
are you
There
trying
you
Oh,
go.
thank you. Excellent. Thank you.
Carol's like, I got
saved
this.
me. All right,
Did
cool.
someone say, how do I do something?
All right, cool. So this bighorn sheep is going to live here, and that is my turn.
All right, and then it's on to your turn. Whoever's up here in this corner.
This one here?
Yep.
Yeah, it's you, Monique.
This is me. Okay. I think I need. Gosh, it's so cute, and I want it. Right. I have to think. I have to go from this area first. I could go. You know what? This black-tailed jackrabbit has been so overlooked, and we go. The numbers go from.
Oh, they're between 1 and 5.
Yes.
So, there you go.
That is what I'm going to do there.
And you can score either ascending or descending order consecutively. So, if you want to go backwards, you totally can.
Does it rotate?
As far as like the card,
Yeah, your end game scoring one.
you get to go ahead and score one column and one row. So you're going to be able to do that. I guess I'm not entirely sure what you mean by the question rotate.
I'm sorry. The secret objective cards.
Oh yes, they do.
Oh yeah,
They
you can totally rotate them.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just can't mirror them. That's the only thing that you can't do.
Okay.
But you can totally rotate them in any way.
I feel-
Yeah, and then just to clarify on scoring, you can only score one chain in each row and column.
Yeah.
So if you have like 2 sweet chains, you'll have to choose which one you like better.
Okay.
Cool. quick question. So I think I saw Lindsay pick up a tile from this end.
I did. I think I totally screwed up. And
Oh, okay, because you didn't. Yeah.
I thought this was the end of the river because I'm looking at it upside down on this side.
Oh.
And I was like,
Lindsay,
well, that
way.
happened. I'm just going to pretend like that didn't happen.
Scream,
Carol's
ignore
like-
her.
Yeah, no, it comes from this side. I just got confused and I thought it started on this side,
All
which
right,
is why there was
let's
no
pretend it was
synergy.
here.
I'm just going to
and just
pretend
move on.
here.
with that. I'm
I'll
totally fine
donate
with
a
that.
synergy. I'm
There
sorry.
you go.
Well, okay. Well, this is really hard to not take.
You're a hellbender. I don't really know what else
I'm
to think
so
about the
excited for the
hellbender.
art for that.
I
The
just felt
thing
like
about
Pat
board
Benatar
games that's
would.
great is that they're very, very human and they don't work right.
How are bearberries so cute and so fun to say? No.
So, Caryl, you're going to get all those synergy tokens and place them into your supply. So they don't stay on your
I
card
see.
anymore. So now you can use them to pay for
Gotcha.
things, buy wild cards, get other cards. They're great.
Fantastic.
So I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I have some options here that make me happy and others that make me sad. But I'm going to go ahead and take this option up here. This skill token allows me to look at the top 3 cards of the draw pile and place one on my player board if I choose. All of the skills on or all of the abilities on skill tokens are optional except for the discard effects. You must discard cards from the field when they take place. So I'm going to look at these 3 cards first. Put them in my hands. And I'm going to select one that I think works. I'm going to take this beautiful Peregrine Falcon.
Oh, that's a good
Ooh.
grab.
Place it over there. And
Love those.
And I'm going to discard 2 cards. So I'm going to say goodbye to one of these rock paramigans. Or I can say Partamin.
Ptarmigan.
Tarmigan. Tardigrade.
Ptarmigan. It's Ptarmigan. It's a rock ptarmigan.
I'm going to discard a rock bird.
Do what you want. That bird knows how to rock.
And do that. And there we go. That's my turn.
I want the Wolverine just on principle.
Oh.
We had
I'm always tempted to take animals that aren't good for me, but like are just so perfect.
people were asking whether or not it would be Hugh Jackman on that
Yeah.
piece, and I was like, it would be great, a shirtless Hugh Jackman holding a Wolverine. That'd be perfect.
What about
It'll
a
fulfill
Wolverine?
everything.
Just like a huge axe man.
There you go. He's essential to this environment.
He's a keystone of this environment. The environment of geekdom would collapse without him to hold it up.
That's true.
Yes. Okay.
Is it my turn? I think it is my turn.
Yes,
What
Lindsay.
do-
And the field
Sorry.
starts here.
Thank you, Isaac. Thank you. What is in? So we got an antelope. That's kind of cool. I like it. I like it. I think I'm gonna go with the. Am I gonna go with the antelope, or am I gonna get that desert? I'm gonna get that desert kangaroo rat. I need to get some keystones up in here. And I will.
No. Stay with me.
Oh, Tabletopia, you're being really special today. Thank you. I'm gonna put that up. Ooh, up here. Yes, I can see it all coming together. And that was my turn.
Cool.
I don't have the kind of intelligence that allows me to AutoCAD my my
I
tiles,
know.
like plan them out in space ahead of time. So I'm just trying to make sure I got I think I'm doing this right. All right.
You're rocking, Monique. Don't worry.
Yeah,
about
you're
it.
doing good. I just pulled from the wrong side of the field. I don't even know what direction the river's flowing.
And if it's easier for you, since we're in a digital space, you guys don't have to flip your cards upside down for your board.
That's
you can
true.
just flip yourselves upside down.
I like it.
I have not done a cartwheel since elementary school. All right.
That's a good idea. I think I'm gonna do that.
Just do that.
That's
Lindsay.
much. Oh
And
god,
you'll
that's so
live-
much
you can
better.
live that way.
Like spin my camera around every time I move.
There you go. That'll
Ah.
be easier
Hang
for you all. And
That-
then I
that
don't
is
have to
much
flip
easier,
around
okay.
Easier.
I'm going to put that there now.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
My poor brains.
I know.
I'm just gonna turn on my fan real quick because it's a little hot in my room with all the lights. And I'll be
Yeah,
right
you're
back.
good.
It's getting hot in here. Turn on your room fan. Okay, I will take this rock parmesan.
Parmesan?
Parmesan.
Part Minigan? What is? I'm sorry. I
It
was not zoomed in.
It is a ptarmigan.
Ptarmigan.
Ptarmigan. The P is silent. It's a ptarmigan. I
like
only know that because of a crazy Alaskan reality show that I like to watch a lot.
Your life sounds really cool. I like it.
It's just my TV. My TV life is really cool.
I like it. You have passion and enthusiasm for the ptarmigan, and I'm glad of its presence. I feel like I found it. I feel like I know something more about this game, and I'm happy.
Yeah. You should also know they're really dumb birds. Like they're not.
Oh.
I love them. They're amazing, but they're even better because of that. Like you get Alaska, a lot of times they don't see humans either. So you like, it seems from this reality show I watch, just walk up to one and they're just like, "What's up?"
They're like koalas.
Yeah, like they just don't know to run away from you ever.
Well, that doesn't mean they're dumb. They could just be super friendly. Like, hi,
That's
welcome
true,
to
that's true.
Alaska. I'm a ptarmigan. I pee silently. Maybe they're not
That's
dumb. They're
great.
just really outgoing.
That's true. I guess I didn't think of it that way.
That's what I think about koakas. They're like, "What's up, brah? How's it going?"
So here's a question. How much was it for a wild card again?
10 synergy tokens.
10 synergy, you say. Alright. Let's go crazy.
Oh wow, wild right off the bat.
3 for 5.
I
So
like it.
there's 5.
Just
I really hope this kind of
I have
doesn't
no
just
idea.
fall down. Alright, I got you.
Thank you. That didn't quite end up the way I wanted it, but okay, I'm gonna take one of these and place
All
that
right,
right.
just so you know, it doesn't
Yes.
match up with the habitat. You can only match up the symbols that are on the other side. So you may want to take one of the what's it called?
The swamps.
swamp.
This
Yeah.
thing.
I think it's
Gotcha.
swamp
Oh.
wetland.
I completely forgot to regard the other side of the card.
That sounds great.
It's all
Thank you.
it's all that card. Yeah, the ones on the
Oh,
left
card.
are just seasons.
Right, and the numbers. I forgot the numbers.
Nice. And then you get a synergy for matching that. You get a synergy token.
Yes.
Huh.
All right, Monique, you're off to a swell start, but you can recover. You
can
got
recover.
this.
There's also rearranging, so if you mess up on your board, you can change it up as well. And then Caryl, that is just a little side action that you get for free. You get to still do your main action, which is either use a skill or take a card as well.
Oh, lovely. Okay. I get to still do things. Okay. So this is something I could do before I do my turn to say get an extra synergy or something, for example.
Yeah, or
Okay.
after.
All right. Cool. That is very useful. All right. Let's see. And then the quick question about the scoring. That's only in rows, not columns, or
No,
do you
columns
score?
and rows.
Gotcha. Thank you.
I will.
Okay.
Let me see what's the best way to share this with you guys.
All right.
I think I can send you guys the score sheet and track, or in the chat, and I'll do that real quick.
Yeah, thank you. I will take this.
Taking the bearberry, huh?
Oh yeah. Not just for the name.
It is. I love that word, Lord Bearberry. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep picking that up.
All right, cool.
I'm sorry I have so many questions, but at what point are we moving like the round marker?
So when a player decides to take the exhausted skill tokens, so all the ones that are on yellow side, you get to activate all of them at once as one action. And then they'll all flip back over to active, and then that's when the game timer moves up as well.
Gotcha. That's the only way this moves?
That's the only way that moves.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So it's very likely that players will fill out their boards far earlier than that happens, but if people are like obsessed with skills, it also can accelerate the end of the game too.
Gotcha.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Let me do my turn real quick. I don't want that. I don't want that.
Ooh.
That is not going to work out for me, but you know what? That would be great, but I can't afford it. So I'm going to go ahead and let me see. Is there anything in the discard pile that I want? Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and then build up this red squirrel power center right here.
I never meet your heroes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's the truest thing I've heard today. All right. I can't believe no one's grabbed this caribou yet. I'm grabbing this caribou.
I caribou you too.
Hey, and I get a synergy for that.
All right.
That's
Let's
fantastic.
move poor kangaroo rat. Okay, well there goes plan 1 and 2. Oh my gosh, it's
I know, it's
lemon.
the lemming. That is a perfect example of an animal I take that is not good for me at all, but I just have to have.
I know you're not good for me, but I can't resist you. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh dear. Well, I really want that bear, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you all. I want that
afford
bear.
it.
I can. I just don't know what I do with it because, okay, so the numbers, does it only, like, is it, when we want ascending order in rows and columns and in the in-between? Is this like Sudoku?
It's kind of like Sudoku.
Yes.
Go ahead, Isaac.
So yes, you want scoring numbers in the columns and in the rows. So you want to have those kind of intersecting because you're going to score each one. I just sent you both the score sheet in the chat, so you guys can pull that out and see which each thing is going to be scoring.
Yeah, and you can totally score an animal twice if it fits in like a nice thing in a row and in the column. You get to score that animal in
for
each
the row
one.
and the column.
Yeah. Okay. So theoretically, you'd want to have as many animals as possible, scoring you really good things in rows and columns together.
And keystone animals are great, not gay. Great. Some are.
I'm out. I'm lied to.
All keystone animals are gay.
That's why they're so important.
Exactly. So yeah, and they double your sequence. So you want to go ahead and have those as well because those are going to be really nice, and especially if they're in corners where they'll intersect on both. That's going to also be great.
Okay,
or in sections, not corners. I mean, they can be anywhere.
Okay. All right. I've made some mistakes. Bad mistakes. I made a few. We are the champions. So there's a big kangaroo rat. All right.
Awesome. So let me just go ahead and let you know here, just in case this affects your strategy.
Oh God.
So, if you wanted to score that column, right, that 1 and 2 would have to be adjacent to each other, right? But if you want to go ahead and move that 2 down later, that's totally fine. Or if you have another strategy going on that I can't see because I'm a dum-dum.
No. I was just kind of blindly placing my first 2 turns while I was just trying to put all the pieces together and think about how to look at it. And then I realized I got 2 2s.
Yeah, but
Well,
there is a
you
skill,
could-
there is a skill token too that lets you move 2 cards. So you can go ahead and use that skill. It's this one right here.
Could I do that now, or is that like another action?
On another action.
That's another action. But if you wanted to, because you just placed this mouse or this rat, you could put it up here, and then you've got 1, 2, and then you could be start looking for a 3 or 4 for these 2 places.
Right.
Hot dog,
And-
that's even better.
You would gain a synergy point. So you would gain a synergy point because they both have the desert symbol, and you place it down, and it's a keystone. So no matter what, at the end of the game, this is going to be worth at least 4 points, and even more if you can find a 3 and a 4 with the desert symbol here and here.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I have kids, and I didn't sleep.
It's totally fine.
I really appreciate the extra brain help here.
Yeah, scoring's the part that's a little tricky, but once it all clicks, then the entire thing flows really, really well.
Okay, I think I got it. I have the tiger.
All right. Take
How many
that.
kids do you have, Monique, if you don't mind us asking?
I have 2. I have Kick, who is my youngest, and Art Heart is my eldest.
Aw, those are
Yeah.
awesome names.
Yeah.
Their real names are much cooler, but I don't have their permission to share them yet.
That's totally fine.
And I get 2 synergy tokens for this little.
We'd only get 1.
Oh, sorry, the
because
1.
It only shares 1 Arctic symbol.
Ah, gotcha. There it is.
All right, my turn.
Mhm.
Cool.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I will at random bits, probably throughout the stream, just
please
randomly
do.
sing Janelle Monáe.
I already love your bits. So please go ahead and have as much fun as you want because you are a blast. So let's. I'm gonna score this Swallowtail guy right here. That's gonna get me 1 synergy token.
Ben, this is one of my homies in chat, says math's best part of any game. My brain may not be all there at the moment, but once it wakes up, boy howdy is it going to be excited.
All right, I'm gonna put this grizzly bear here. So I've got a nice Arctic chain going, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I get only 1 little synergy token for that. I thought it was better. All right. Monique, it's your turn.
That bear is not as good as I wanted him to be.
I was disappointed. That bear seemed more exciting.
It's a bad bear.
It was a bad bear. No, I relate to that moment of like, yes. Oh
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Oh my God, look at that deer. I want that deer in another season. Okay.
That'd be
All right.
Oh,
Well,
right.
for you.
Secret objectives. I forget that I should be checking a secret objective.
That is I need to look at things besides my secret objective. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. All right. We could probably take this one here. All right. And let's see if I did this. Nope, there. I think that's right.
I think that's the best
one.
place to put it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I was like, I want to make
No
sure
worries.
I'm auto-catting this correctly. Sudoku's nice because you get to use a pencil.
Nice. Actually, Sudoku is completely beyond me as a human being. So if you do Sudoku, then props to you.
I love it. I just have to take notes.
Did I break the number 2 card here?
Did you break it? Can I grab it
how
for
did
you?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Where
It was stuck.
Okay.
Yeah, that happens. That happens.
Tabletopia, technology, who knows?
Oh, you have a bot in chat. The Chrome button 190 should get a bopping.
Oh. How do I expel people from chat?
If you click on their name, it will bring up some actions, and then you could hit lay block or
Do
ban.
it. Destroy them, Isaac.
Which one is it? What was the name?
Someone giving out links to be famous.
Chrome button
Yeah.
190.
How insulting! We are famous.
I know.
So I don't
Fame doesn't
wanna
reach
add a
higher than the
friend.
board game industry influencer. It's
I will
just-
ban Chrome button 190. So just ban, right? It's the best way.
Yeah.
Sweet. Goodbye, Chrome button 190.
Yeah, our first ban.
Yay! I don't know if that's something to celebrate, but yay!
Yeah.
Okay, should be gone now.
Right,
Thank you. Thank you,
thank you,
chat,
Amanda.
for letting us know. Amanda, you've made it. There's a spam bot.
That's how I feel.
Appreciate
All
it.
right, Isaac, I think it's your turn.
Oh, yes. Now that the banning is over.
It was a ban idea.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and grab this.
No, that's my secret. No secret objectives. Not there.
Oh, I see
No,
it.
no one looking.
Don't look at me.
You know what? I want that long-tailed weasel.
That's how I am in real life too. I just throw
That's
my
my
secret objective on the ground and scream, "Don't look!" and pick it back up.
And that long-tailed weasel is going to gain me 2 synergy. Yay!
That's my
All right.
street name,
Nice.
Longtail Weasel.
It's a great street name.
It's
There she
actually
goes.
really good.
Long-tailed weasel.
I don't. What's in here? Oh, little
I could use that as a street name because I have my lemur onesie with a super long green tail. To be like, they call me the long-tailed weasel. I'm a lemur.
I don't know what to do with my life right now.
Just don't know what
Lindsay, take
to
that off the
do with my
screen.
life.
Lindsay, we're with people now.
Oh, what am I doing?
Did I say that out loud? I think I spent so much time, especially this last year, most of my social activity has been talking with chat on streams.
Mhm.
Because seeing people in person has been a
Right.
luxury. So it's just every now and then I'm with my kids. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna cut your pancake, all right, just right here, and then we're gonna put some stuff on top of there. Do you want your syrup over here? Yeah, let's put your syrup over here, nice in a pattern. Just narrating everything that I'm doing.
All right, I feel like that was a solid decision. I will pass.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
Oh, that brown lemon is so cute. Okay. I wanna fly like an eagle to the sea. No, not you. Not there. Not there. Right there. That's all I'm singing because I don't like that song. And I'm also not putting it there. I just have to think.
That's all right.
Yes. There we
So
go.
if you put it right here, just so you know, you'll only either, if you gain a 4, in order for you to score this entire row, it has to have a 3 and a 4 between it, right? The two. So, in order to do that, you know that a 4, if you want a 4 right here, this 5 can then score off this 4 in this row, if you want to do that. But you can't, because you can't have any gaps in between the numbers. The 5 will never score off of 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I see. I
You know?
see.
So
Yeah, this just blocks off your chain if you get a really good chain.
Right.
later.
However, you could put the 5 here and go off that 3 or something like that as well.
What? What?
There's other numbers that will go crazy as well.
Sure. Okay, but they do have to be consecutive.
Exactly.
You can't have
Yeah,
multiple
they have to be
numbers if
consecutive,
you want to
Consecutive,
Okay.
consecutive.
Then I need time to.
Just want to make that clear. That's a little bit of a common mistake sometimes.
Oh, crackers. Well, then that was probably.
Do you
not
want to take a
good
different
move.
card?
Yeah, you can totally take a different.
Yeah, take a different card. It was right here,
This one, yeah.
and then you can take your synergy back.
Oh, pooper scoopers. I don't know if I like any of the other ones.
Well, there's always
Well,
skills too.
Well,
Oh, that's
if you can afford this bison, this is a keystone animal. So look at this. This bison, put it right here.
It'll do
And all you have
exactly
all
what
you have to do is all you need is a 3 then, and it's a keystone, and you already have a keystone. This will make this score 3 times, but it's expensive. But like this is like the sweetest animal for you right now on the board.
All right, let's do that.
And then if you go this direction, because it's
Do
a
they-
forest too, so you can go 1, 2, 3, 4 on forest in this direction.
Okay. Alrighty,
Boom.
that works.
Nice.
Sweet. So you just need a 3 desert, and this will be a sweet chain.
Whoop whoop. Sorry.
The chat is celebrating the bot ban. Like, yes! Death to the robots!
Take that, Skynet. Don't taunt Skynet. Okay. All right. I think I'm beginning to understand how awfully placed that other 2 is.
Yeah. It's alright. I think you can salvage it. You might have to rearrange it,
Yeah.
but I think there's a place for it on your ecosystem.
Sure.
Just not
Caryl,
my
you-
ecosystem, you know?
Yeah.
That's great. Caryl, you just placed, right? So it's my turn?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, let's see. I want... It's not gonna work, but you know what? That seal might work out for my life. So I'm gonna go and do this,
Oh, you can barely afford it.
and this, but I can't afford it. There we go. So I'm gonna put that seal right here next to my little squirrel. It's gonna gain me 1 synergy because it's next to the squirrel. And I'm done with my turn. Your turn, Lindsay.
All right, I'm gonna take. Something.
This cookie's so good.
Oh, the Mexican spot owl, you are so expensive, but worth it. Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, go in here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 synergy for that. And then I also have some really sweet chains going. So I've got a 5, 4, hopefully 3, 2, and then 5, 4, 3, 2.
Nice.
And that is my turn.
That's one good-looking salt marsh snake. Hmm.
Okay, let's move this so we can see what numbers are on the animals.
Oh my god, look at that tortoise. That's precious. So cute.
Just whatever you do, don't take that fox. That's all I'm saying. You just
Listen here,
Game.
bub. You stole that squirrel right away from me.
That is true.
That
It
fox is
still-
pretty sweet. That fox that would be pretty sweet in your bottom chain here.
Yeah, I think. Oh no. Well, yes. I mean,
I love this game. No, yes, no, yes.
okay, hang on. So if I 3 and then 3 or 9? No, 2, 3, 2. Oh God. I think I need to move cards. So I think I'm going to do that. Here.
All right,
So I'm going to move some cards around, I think.
you get to move 2.
Right. So I know if I do that, then...
So it doesn't have a matching symbol if you put it up there.
Right.
The poor rock pyramid doesn't have.
I
Any
should have
matching
never
tools.
taken this Parmesan. I just couldn't help myself, you know. Whenever they
Rock
bring in
words.
that grater by the table, you're just like, bring it on. I mean, yeah, okay, that's fine. I'll just put that there, I guess, and then I don't know. I don't think that there's. I don't think I can't move this one.
You can if you want.
Well, I don't know if it would make sense to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's
you
not
can
bad.
only move one if you just want to move one.
Okay. Yep, I'll just move the one for now. That's grand.
All right, and then you get to discard a card off the field
Oh.
as the other
Well,
part of
can't
that
let
card.
Caryl have all that fun.
Oh.
You're going a little nuts over there with those acorns.
My acorns.
It's okay. I got you the golden eagle.
Just so you guys know, on the other side of the acorns are 3s.
Oh,
So
I was wondering about that. Okay, cool. I think I'm going to take this action here. That lets you put 2 research tokens on a endangered animal.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that would
Yeah.
be...
The only rule there is that you can't place research tokens on a card that already has research tokens, unless you take this special skill that specifically breaks that rule.
Don't give away my strategy here, Isaac. Let's see. I think I still have to get rid of 2 cards, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you still get rid of 2 cards.
All right. Okay. Well, you know, if I can't have acorns, no one can have any acorns.
Clean cut. Move down. Move down. That's great. Oh, the mule deer's back. I feel like I have to whisper when it comes out. Is it taking a nap? It's resting. I love that. Like, I grew up in the Pacific Northwest for a time, and so there's just lots of wild animals all over the place. But like, there's just some where it's like, no matter, every time I saw them, we always whispered, even though we were like in the house, and they'd be outside, like, the deer are here. They're gonna eat Grandpa's rhododendrons. So we should probably shoo it away, but we have to whisper.
I'm going to go ahead and pay my last 2 synergy tokens for this sweet, sweet gopher.
Are you serious, Isaac?
That's
that
right.
made it almost to me. That
Yeah.
almost made it
Yeah, you were
me.
just like the turtle. You were just too slow.
That was a sick burn, Isaac. This company is over.
Oh, and I scored 1 synergy for the placement.
I don't. Oh dear. I don't even. That has just wrecked my brain. All right, so that's. I'm gonna take this red fox. How you like them bananas, Isaac? A mediocre turn.
I hate those bananas.
In fact, I do not
That
care
is
for
my
bananas.
turn.
Okay, let's talk about this one. Not that one. That would be. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. That could be. Because I don't really see another way out of this. Nope.
I have. Do you want a quick tip?
Sure.
That mule deer would be amazing for you.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Sweet.
But I'm all about my secret objective.
Well,
That
your
is
secret
the-
objective will only get you so much. So,
That's true. That's true. I'm just.
so the main way to score is definitely by having these chains end up being really nice.
Yeah.
And
And don't
that
forget to
mule deer-
take 2 synergy for that.
Yes, as well.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you have 2 matching ecosystems next to each other. So you
I'm
get 2
picking up what you're
synergy for
throwing
placing
down.
that.
Got it. 3, 2, 2, 2.
All right, maybe I'll take this one. And
Okay.
if I had 10, could I get that wild card right now?
Oh, you totally
Yeah.
could.
All right.
Someone is going wild.
I'm gonna deal with this after.
Help you while you pick your wild card.
I have a question. Is it leader or letter games?
Leader.
Okay. I think I feel real confident whenever I go to say leader games, and then I doubt myself right before. I'm like, maybe I
Don't tell yourself.
I got my first leader game.
Did you
which
really?
one?
I got Vast.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And it had the supernatural theme, and I'm like, oh, no, I gotta play that one.
I'm happy to teach at any time.
Ooh, Caryl.
You want to get in on that?
We will never. Yes, number one. I will definitely take up any.
Yeah, I thought that's what I'm like. I also want to get on that.
Yes, I do. But what I wanted to ask, what is your favorite leader game? Don't worry, this isn't live.
I know the favorite leader character.
Here's a really safe answer. It's one we haven't announced yet.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Wow. That's actually really cool, though. I like that answer. Now
Or
I'm
maybe
very
it's the
excited.
answer that might be allowed to say.
I put that in the wrong place. No, I didn't. I'm fine.
Sorry,
Never
I'm
mind.
taking forever to choose my wild card. It takes the impulsiveness out of the wildness of that. Okay, yes, I will go for this.
It's fine, Monique. You're all right.
Oh, good choice.
Oh my, that's not what I want. There. Okay, so that's gonna give me 1 synergy.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. And then you still have an action, right?
Oh no, I already took. So I
Oh.
took a card and then that was my. Yeah.
Cool. Well. Let's see. I have some sweet cues here. But I unfortunately, for the first time in my life, can't get that beaver. But that's fine. I'm going to get that opossum.
No.
That's
All
my
right.
little family. And I'm going to score
I
1 synergy off of
Will
that.
take that beaver. Look at this. Oh, where do I want it to go?
You're a
Here?
possible.
No, yeah. Look at this. Bam.
Oh.
5, 4, 3, 2, all matching, and I get 2 synergy for that.
That makes me upset.
It should be. And you know what? I'm gonna buy a wild card because it seems like they're going fast. Wait, do I have enough? 1, 2, 3.
Going fast isn't it's just Caryl buying it.
Yeah.
Girls are wild.
She's kind of scaring me with the amount of 6, 7, 8,
Crack.
9, and 10, and I am gonna go for this one.
Interesting. Okay.
Which will get me 1 synergy back. All right, cool. And that is the end of my turn.
All right. On to you, Monique.
Well,
Lindsay, do you have any impromptu questions you want to ask?
Sure. Yeah. One of them. Oh, yes, Isaac.
Oh, go ahead.
What?
If you're I was just gonna say for Caryl since it's Monique's turn.
I can do it with Caryl.
that
We can
that
multitask.
feels like an analysis paralysis dig, but I'll take it.
Oh, I can't answer
Okay.
any questions.
I think I want to take this one where I look through the discards for things.
So, Caryl, how has your job changed with kind of COVID and everything being digital and online right now? Like, how does that affect marketing, or does it?
So the funny thing about that is that because I'm the only remote worker at Leader, because I'm the only Canadian, everyone else is local in St. Paul. Literally nothing has changed for me. I go through my morning ritual, like I'm on Slack, we're talking through Zoom calls and everything, and strangely enough, like I feel like our communication has gotten better because we have to check in so much more. Because it's not like you can just like pull someone in aside and just like ask them like in person. Not that this worked for me, but in the office, you know, they can just pull each other aside, go to the office, have like a little like powwow or like, you know, impromptu meeting. And I think for me, I think the only real change I'm seeing is like positive improvements, which I want to be a really nice thing. Yeah. I don't think marketing has changed too much, just because, you know, as long as we can get like the games and like things to take pictures of and like being able to share other people's posts, which is like the great thing about being on social media, that, you know, you don't have to be in your own echo chamber of things that you can share or talk about. You know, there are people who are playing your games or getting like getting their orders or getting their Kickstarter pledges. You can just be able to share that and be able to talk about it. And having Tabletop Simulator / Tabletopia has been like a huge help with that as well. So
oh yeah, I don't know how we would survive without Tabletop Simulator or Tabletopia. Like, I just don't know how we do our jobs remotely. I can't even comprehend it.
Yeah, 100%. Because, like, you know, there was a time when last summer, when we had to go through a very vigorous playtest session where some of the guys, so some of the team at Leader had to go into the office for playtesting because they needed to bring in outside people and get some blind playtesters. And just be able to like bounce things off each other like right then and there.
Sorry, Caryl.
Monique's by the way.
I was just answering Monique's question.
No, absolutely. Wow, I have a really short attention span. I forgot where I was going.
I was like trying to be like super.
No, you were talking about how they had to like.
It was my fault. I should have went up into the chat. No.
You were talking about like
Tabletop Simulator.
People had to go people had to go into the office because they were doing some really heavy duty play testing, and you said it had to happen in person then.
Exactly, and then you know now that we've been in quarantine and you know like in the middle of a pandemic for so long. Doing the playtesting for the new Root expansion, the Marauder expansion, was done purely digitally and purely remotely, which was a really interesting thing. But I think, I don't know, like, it's just such a useful tool. Like, I'm just really impressed that it didn't really slow us down as much as I thought it would have because of that big adjustment. But also, it's been a year, and, you know, being at the computer all day, like, I better be good at my
I was like, I love how positive you are about it. You're like, it's great, everything's cool. Better.
So, Monique, just to close out, you gain that into your supply, so the synergy tokens can go over here. And also, you get to go ahead and discard 2 cards from the fields along with that action as well.
I think no one wants a golden eagle, so I'm going to let it soar.
You do not want us to have acorns.
Well, I mean, it's just been hanging out.
Well, I mean, if you just give Caryl acorns, guess what she's gonna do? She's gonna go wild.
Oh yes.
Okay, so
then you get this card.
I want to yeet the snowshoe.
No.
I cannot let anyone get those keystones. It's cute, but look at his little feet. Oh, those little feet.
Yeah, that's so cute.
Oh.
Wolf.
That's the most noble pose I think I've ever seen.
Thanks.
Okay, I think I've got it. So I could do the action of all the exhausted things here.
Yep.
So number 1 here would be 3 synergy.
Yep.
This would let me draw 3 from the discard and play 1.
The
Is
top
that right?
3, yeah, you get to play 1 on your board.
Great.
You don't have to,
that's double. Oh no, I've had my eye on this little guy.
I was gonna take that on my turn. This is exactly what my turn was gonna be.
Alright, so that matches 1 for 1 synergy. Oh, I didn't want
That's one
that.
big synergy.
I just saw this giant thing from the corner of my eye and I knew I went wrong there.
Should I lock it? Should
I think you
the
can
paper?
lock it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll lock
Yeah, you totally can. Yeah.
Crystal, there's a question.
Alright.
Carol,
So-
there's a question for you in chat.
Oh yes, thank you. I don't have the chat open.
No, it's okay. I was going to read it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you know after you were done if you wanted
Yes.
to answer.
Yes,
You all
please.
set? Okay.
Yeah.
It's from Panda Angel. Says, Caryl, do you feel like there's a difference between marketing and social media management?
I think there's a big overlap. I don't think that they're exclusive from each other. One definitely is involved with the other. Hold on, I will go further in that. I just want to clarify about this one token here. I can't do this one because I already have tokens on this.
Correct.
Okay, cool. I am done then.
Cool.
I am
and then
done.
you flip all of these over, and you'll move the game tracker up one.
All right, thank you. So yeah, I think the question was whether there was a difference between marketing and social media management. I don't see the two as two separate things. I mean, one is really just like a very broad term. Like I guess like you can call it like an umbrella, and social media management falls under marketing, because to me marketing is, I guess the definition on that for me is just how would I define that? It, like I said, it's a very big umbrella term. I think. How would I define marketing without going into a big spiel? I guess you can call marketing just the way that you portray whatever it is that you're about. So the portrayal of your company, the portrayal of the products that you are putting out there into the world, the portrayal of yourself, because marketing can be beyond just like, a company, could be beyond just an individual. And social media is just one platform and one way you can put your voice out with the intent of marketing, if that makes sense. I know, Monique, you're a really great marketer as well. So I would love to hear you be able to have your input on this as well. Because it's awfully quiet and I don't know if people are
listening. Like I'm just like having good on my turn. I'm like, this is really good information.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to like absorb and like visualize and process everything that you're saying. And and then you said nice things, and then my mind immediately went, "Dear diary, today Caryl said it's been a lovely day." So I mean, I don't know. I think for me, my main, like me as a person, I am very community minded as a whole. I haven't always been really great at direct sales or things like that, but so like in my mind, I've never worked marketing except for doing stuff with Girls Game Shell if I didn't know that that was a thing that I could do, or that like my skills in community building would help with that. So I think all of if I look good at marketing online, it's largely because I'm just a person who really focuses in my secret life on like developing and curating community spaces, making sure that no matter what kind of personality conflicts are going on, things can still work cohesively and kind of gel together. But I'm a very like people focused person. I really love figuring out ways for people to be able to work cohesively together to find solutions to puzzles or problems or conflicts. And that was just kind of what I did when I did a lot of things. I did school as a school teacher. And when I was a substitute, I usually got the kids that like needed a lot more like up close attention, because like I would see that it wasn't so much that they were bad kids, but they didn't know how to engage or interact with their peers in a healthy way. And I would like be able to curate the space so that they would be able to get on better and the kids would like have a little bit easier day. It was a lot of work, but it was something that I knew how to do. And then when I was in hospitality, like working in kitchens, egos would really flare up in the kitchen, especially like in a learning kitchen where it's just like, how dare you touch my grapefruit tart? Like actual argument. It was very serious. But like being able to like make sure everybody's just like, put the knife down. We're going to talk about this. No ladles. And I really like that. And I think I also really like doing that like in board gamings too. Not that I'm going out and finding conflict, but I just love finding ways for people to be able to come together to build a community experience for each other. So I think that's my main focus whenever I do anything like marketing community focused.
Yeah. One of the things you said really stuck with me, and I think that's how I want to go back and just say that marketing is communication, and that could be the intent of either, you know, just you being yourself on social media or whatever platform that you want to be able to communicate yourself with the world. That is essentially what marketing is, and doesn't necessarily have to have a pitch to it. It could just be for the sole purpose of just being exposed and putting that connection outside of just yourself and outside of, like, you know, your own echo chamber, and putting that in the context of where that fits with the rest of, like, the community or the world, if you want to go in, like, that kind of grand definition.
Yeah. Take your turn and answer a complex, interesting question.
I know. Turned it in. That was such an enthralling conversation that I've completely lost track of this game.
We can multitask, by the way.
Yeah. Like that awkward silence, that was me going, oh crap, I don't know what's going on in this game anymore.
Oh, holy crackers, was it not my turn? I'm sorry.
No, I think it was. It was your turn.
Okay.
No, you're good.
So you
This
gain
is me.
Fuse energy
This is
tokens
my
here.
thing.
Sweet.
Okay, I did do that right?
You gain 3 because you gain 1 for the Spurfrost, the Moss Spider matching with you, and then you also match 2 symbols on the Mule Deer, so you'll gain 2 off of that. So it's for everyone that you match with them.
So I get 5? 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, you don't get
5,
1
or
for
just...
the actual card that you placed.
Oh,
You just
okay,
for
just
the
3.
adjacent
You get
cards.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Da-na-na-na. I leveled up in my understanding. Yay!
So Monique, what now it can be your turn. See, we can see how we can juggle all of this stuff together. But what is something about Twitch streaming that is really mentally taxing or super difficult that people don't realize, or maybe it looks easy to the viewer, but it's actually a lot of hard work or very difficult on your end?
Twitch streaming itself. Okay, so just Twitch streaming itself, software largely, because most of us are using free software, and while it's great, it's universal. It's what most people use. It's finicky and inconsistent. So, I like to plan ahead. I very much like to be able to plan things out. So it's really it's a bit devastating not being able to plan and then we're having everything planned out and then it's like, oh, that's just not gonna work today. But at the same time, because that is such a universal experience, it happens to everyone, and that's just kind of the nature of the beast. It makes it a lot easier to just be like, meh. You know, it's like trying to get irritated over a coin flip. Like, as much as you can try and mitigate a lot of things that happen there. I think that's just probably my biggest frustration thing. But it's also, I'm still getting used to a lot of features that I'm just learning, that I'm just engaging with more too. So that's it. But I once chat gets there, or once I get going in the game, or once I hit the live button, then it's just like, all right, I'm here now. I made it.
What's the best thing about it? Like, what's your all-time favorite thing about it?
The community. I love it.
Yeah.
Like,
your community is crazy too. Like, I can't even read the chat. It's just chaos. There's just symbols flying everywhere.
I love it. I love art. So like those emotes are just like little like micro art bites. Like they're like art snacks. It's great. So I love that. I love the way that we can just kind of introduce each other to each other. So it doesn't, even if we're like overlapping on each other's streams for time and things like that, it feels like still that we're all kind of, again, in the same room at the same party, but now we're just going to join this conversation now. We had this conversation on this part of the room, and I could take my group and then raid into the next person and be like, okay, now we're going to go talk with this person. So it's, I really, really like it, because it's also like, I'm an extroverted person, but like also I think it works for introverted people too, because it could just be like, oh, we're going here now.
Right.
And watch, and then that's fine. Like lurk is welcome. Like nobody has to engage in chat on and off. It's just people are just really it's a great place for people to be lovely.
That's awesome.
I love how you put together that like emotes in their way can be a sense of art itself, and how even just like communication in a lot of ways can be artistic and purposeful and interesting, and I just love the way that you framed that. I thought that was so beautiful.
Thanks. I like art.
No, I love art.
I love art too.
What a great guy. Right now there's someone lurking in chat going, oh.
All right, and I am done. So Monique, it is your turn.
Thank you. Oof. I've not done well, Bob.
But I've said Effie started all my turns so far.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna make a mistake. No. Oops. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You were also the bank today.
This is speaking of art. There are no mistakes in this game. They're all just happy little accidents.
Oh,
Bob Ross.
there aren't no mistakes.
Oh, goodness.
Did I put this on there? Do I have to put that on there? No.
No, they
Okay.
just go to your supply.
Okay. I think I was thinking about
you
taking
gain
something else.
two off of that placement, right?
Because 1 and 2.
Yep.
And it's an endangered species, and I
Oh,
saved
that's
it.
good.
Ooh, yeah.
Which one is it?
I'm a hero. I don't have to score in this game. I just feel good playing it.
Aw, well that's awesome. I'm glad you said that.
I'm definitely learning because I didn't realize the American bison was endangered.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, bye, son, I'm out. Well, I'm sorry.
No, your bio said that you did puns, and I am so happy that it is like you delivered on your promise of puns. I think it said ready for any occasion. And that bison one just proves it. It just proves that you truly have one for every moment.
I feel bad though, because I also said I'd bring really bad puns, but my competitive side is just coming out in this game.
There is no puns, only punishment.
Alright. I'm gonna do this. Gonna get 1 synergy for that. And hey, I'm gonna go wild again.
I've never seen such an aggressive wild player.
Oh my gosh, it's the puppy dog from not puppy dog, prairie dog from the memes that yells. Alan!
Oh,
Alan!
yeah.
That's not Alan. Phil!
Alright. Oh, the last winter one's gone. Alright. It's like
I wonder how that happened.
I know. I took that winter one before you bought me out of all the wild cards. I better get in early. Never seen such an aggressive wild person.
I didn't realize I would be either. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna grab this one and get 1 synergy for this.
Nice.
All right.
Apparently this.
Oh.
It just
This
fell over. I'm not. That just happened. Didn't realize that
There is an
physics
escape.
existed inside this game.
There is an escaped bison in Lexington, Kentucky, earlier this week, and that's been the news.
So,
Yeah, can you imagine like accidentally like just stumbling across a bison? Like you just turn a corner and it's just a bison.
I'm just saying that would be the perfect time for that
Oh
pun
my
to come
God.
up, like as it walks
Yeah,
by.
my son. Oh, like it's so big.
I want that raccoon, but there's no purpose for him. Oh, you know what? No, I'm a liar. I do.
That raccoon's hands are too human for me.
Here we go.
Can't deal. When Isaac showed me the art, I was like, it looks good, but those hands are kind of freaky, don't you think? And he's like, Lizzie, that's literally what a raccoon's hands look like. And I'm like, oh, that's really disturbing.
Are
I didn't realize they had human hands.
Caryl, you were talking earlier about your competitive side coming out, and you're also talking about going wild. But what I wanted to ask was about you. I know you've done a lot of competitive weightlifting. And
nice segue, by the way.
Yes.
That's a great segue.
I'm
It's all combined into one. So I wanted to know, how's that? Have you still kept up with it? And how has that changed during COVID?
Oh God. So with COVID, my gym has basically been closed for over a year, which has led me to invest in my own home gym. So we actually just bought a house like last year.
Awesome.
The first thing.
Congratulations.
Thank you. The first thing we did was basically get a shed so we could work out from it.
Awesome.
So I learned how to do drywalling. I learned how to, I guess drywalling and like taping and all like the mudding and stuff that goes with it.
That's awesome.
So that I could insulate it in the winter. Because, Canada gets cold time to time. I don't know if you know. So I worked on that basically over like the course of a month. And I basically have a home gym now, and I've been trying to keep up with it. It's hard though, because with the gym you have like everything, but here I have a few things and I can do the essentials. But I also feel like I'm so competitive. I need someone to see me being competitive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I could be self-motivated, sure. It's not the same because like even with the gym, there was like such a good community that was there as well. There were a ton of people that I really liked and got along with, and so many people there were really aspiring, especially some of the women who were there, and some who were like, I think one of them was well into her 60s, almost 70, and she was killing it. Like,
really?
I'm jealous. Oh yeah. She went to nationals with me actually for one of our powerlifting competitions, and she scored first in her weight class. So when I grow up, I definitely want to be her.
Very cool. Well, that's so awesome that you've been able to keep up with it and have a lot of fun still doing it and trying out new skills, putting stuff together. So that's awesome.
For sure. Yeah, it's the only way I can keep sane, to be honest.
I wish I could say that about an exercise regimen. I unfortunately can't.
If only karaoke would help me burn calories.
Actually, you know what? You know that VR game Beat Saber?
Oh,
And
yes.
a friend of mine, he's been playing like every day for I think the past year and a bit maybe, and he's lost a lot of weight. I want to say he's lost like 30-40 pounds just from playing Beat Saber.
Wow. That's
That's
awesome.
amazing.
I believe it. I totally believe it. That's one of those things where I'm like, my roommate has the VR thing because they're way cooler than I am. Okay, so 1, 2, 1. That's it. Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
So you get 3 in total.
Cool. Just checking. But yeah, that one's worth taking the anti-nausea medication for. It's so much fun. I just
Maybe I should give it a try.
I've been a little nervous ever since I knocked over a picture and scared myself and then nearly tripped over the table. It's not that I'm clumsy, I'm just not graceful.
You tripped over the table because you scared yourself, or was that just a continuation of crashing into the wall of the picture?
Listen, when you're in the Beat Saber zone, that's all there is. So if something else happens between then, it's pretty scary. I'm like, I touched something. Something touched me. That's a table. And then like I fell over the table. It was a thing. I landed on the couch. Everything was fine. It was just very noisy. Woke up the kids. And I felt like a disaster. So I don't think I've played since then. It was fun. It was super fun though.
I've never gotten to try VR. It sounds so much fun.
Oh yeah, the Ring Fit also looks really, really cool. I am saving up to get a Switch at the end of the year so that I can play on
Nice.
it.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, like my co-parent had a Switch, but it's mostly like been taken over by the kids this year.
Yeah.
So gonna get my own like a real adult.
That's so cool. It was the Wii Fit that originally got me into fitness.
Nice.
Like, and then now I do like competitive trail running, but it all started with the Wii Fit and just having fun with it. And then I was like, I wonder what other like cool stuff I could do with exercise to make it more fun. And that just spiraled into like a whole nother thing. But it was very cool. I love the Wii Fit.
Yeah. I liked weightlifting. I liked yoga, and I liked dance. I haven't done any of
Dance
those
would be
since
amazing.
I had
It's my turn,
second
right?
kid.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're good.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. I was just listening.
I'm just admiring.
So-
I'm just like in awe of these like absolute beast mode queens here.
Exactly. Oh, I need money.
Usually you have a lot more.
I could go and get to here. It's a bad placement for me, but I need this energy.
What kind of dance did you used to do, Monique?
So I went to theater school. We did jazz, tap,
Really?
and ballet, and then after that, I took some hip hop classes, and but my favorite was belly dance. I really enjoyed doing that because it was more playful and less it felt a lot less regimented. I could be a lot more like storytelling with it and more creative and not have to think about turnout, pivot, spin, pirouette. All the words I don't remember. But it's felt freer. Because I think my favorite form of dance was probably either belly dance and modern. I really liked modern.
What is modern?
It's like ballet without all the rules.
Oh, nice.
There's a theme.
So we are getting close to the 5 o'clock Eastern mark. So we're going to probably be ending the game a little bit early so we can go ahead and start scoring. So if you guys, we're going to take the next like 10 minutes to kind of close out your guys' turns. And I'm going to bring up the scoring sheet on the OBS, that's what it's called. Here, and then we'll go ahead and start scoring. So we'll go to the end of that round when I've figured all that out over here, and I'll let you guys know. Just want to give you guys a heads up. Even though Caryl might end the game before that point because she only has 3 spots left to finish.
Yeah.
And we
Carol,
all know she loves going wild, so she might buy another one.
Steph Raccoon in chat so that modern is like ballet, but it doesn't hurt as much, and I think that's a fair assessment. But I had another question for Caryl. Like when you said you had drywalled your shed and everything, I saw the pictures, really cool. But what do you think wet walling is? Is that like another thing, like, or is it just drywall and there is no wet wall?
Okay, I didn't even know there was wet walling. I'm definitely not the right person to ask. I literally Googled and watched all the YouTube videos I could on that one specific thing. I am definitely not a handy person, and I wish I could answer that.
Well, wait, so you just said I need to drywall something, and then you watched some YouTube videos, and then you just did it? That sounds like a super handy person. You taught yourself how to make a wall.
I really wanted a gym. And I really needed to work out somewhere in the winter. I guess where there's a will, there's a way.
I want to work out. I'm going to build a shed.
I don't think there is such a thing as wet walling, but it just reminded me, like, Suze had asked, like, if there are dry Euros, what is a wet Euro? And everyone is just like, you're a thought criminal. I don't want to think about that anymore. So I wanted to do the same thing with drywalling because that still makes me smile.
It sounds like a legit thing.
It sounds
no.
kind of gross. Like a carpet wall would be or something like that. Like, I just don't. Can we just not look it up because I don't want to know.
It's art, Lindsay. We do not shame art here. Is it my turn? I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't know.
Did you just
I
go,
finished
Carol?
my
I think
turn.
Lindsay just finished. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think it's Monique's turn.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was still thinking about wet walling.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I giggle every time you say that.
It's funny. It's a funny word.
You see, Caryl, I would have considered building the shed the workout, and then I would have been done.
That's my workout for the year. I'm out. I'm hibernating for the rest of the winter.
I'm just gonna sit back and look at the shed and just be proud of myself.
Behold the field in which I built a wall. Okay,
I have to say, the first week I had it, I did just kind of like stare at it a little bit. Like I was afraid that I would scuff it up and my hard work would just be ruined.
FYI, Monique, if you're doing the discard action, you can only look at the top 3.
Top
Can't
3.
look at
Oh
all
gosh.
of them.
Oh gosh.
No
I am
worries.
so sorry. I've
it's
ruined
all right.
everything.
Oh yeah, I remember where it was. I saw where you were going with that. So I kind of remembered. Oh no, I've forgotten already. I think it was.
I am so sorry.
Don't worry
Okay.
about it.
Yes.
We're not playing the game.
Pretend that didn't happen, and I'll just take a steak. I don't know. Do I want to say?
I'm so embarrassed. I'm just gonna grab the steak and leave.
Sorry. I'll take my discount steak.
Just get out of your hair.
Bother you. Okay. So okay. So let's say it took a bighorn sheep.
Okay. Go on.
Tell
be
me
weird.
more.
I mean, that mountain lion is looking crispy, and it's got like all those. Oh, you know what? It's a keystone thingy too. I think I'm gonna take that mountain lion. Cause look at right, it matches.
It does. It doesn't make a
match,
chain though.
But it doesn't make a chain because you need a 4 in between it.
Bighorn
I am
sheep would make a
beyond
chain.
hope.
Okay.
However, you could put it up by the rock our
Ptarmigan.
bane, the
Rock
bane of our
ptarmigan.
existence. If you got a 4 in between there. and
Or
the
as
red
we call it,
fox.
the endangered Parmesan.
It could. Okay, so that would be a better move.
Yeah, if you got a 4 in between them, or a wild, you could buy a
Ooh.
wild.
Yeah, get that bighorn sheep next
Yeah.
time and just like plop it right there. It'd be so sweet.
As long as
Okay.
Caryl doesn't take the bighorn sheep. Or me.
I mean, of the two,
That's true.
Caryl lets me have some hope, and then Isaac destroys
I love
it.
stealing squirrels. I will steal all the squirrels.
Let me have my woodland rodents. Okay, so all right, here you go. Look at your board and tag yourselves. Which animal, like, do you really feel that you could have an affinity with? Be like, I
You'll
do
represent
see
me.
myself as a red-tailed fox.
You know,
There's no red-tailed fox.
I am trying to get. Well, you know what? I'm not going to say this because there's a ring-tailed seal here, and I want to be the seal. I love the idea of not being terrified of the ocean and swimming into it. Like I'm fine with like going to the beach and everything like that, but like when I'm in deep water where you can't see the bottom, it scares me a little. So like,
It almost sounds like when you're in trouble, like, oh, when I'm in deep water.
exactly. I don't like being in deep water in any sense of the word.
You own a pool, Isaac.
Well,
I do
I can see the bottom of my pool. I'm not that rich, not yet. I don't got those rose
But if you
gauntlet dollars quite yet. But then it'll get over my fear. I'll just keep digging a giant pool. I'm trying to get over my fear. I'm not spending ridiculous amounts of money. All right.
I like that answer.
There you go.
It feels like growth-minded, which is nice.
Is it my turn, Caryl? Are you done?
Yes,
Okay.
I did a research
Nice.
thingy.
I don't understand what that is.
All right. Since I started out, this is going to be the last round. We'll just go ahead and
Yeah.
close it
Yeah.
out after this round.
Sure.
So
Just research for fun. That seems
this
like
is my
something I'll
last
do.
turn.
Research adds 1 point to your chain.
Then never mind. I'm getting that deer. Cheap.
Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and see if this...
Oh, I'm sorry. Before you take your turn, I'm supposed to discard 2 cards from the line, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Discard the lion. Knock your body
Well,
in time.
hopefully
Oh, no,
this
not
won't
the green
change too
frog.
much.
Not the
Discard
Wolverine.
lion.
Not the Wolverine. No.
Don't worry
There
about
it
it.
goes.
Sorry, not
Do it.
sorry.
Do what
Sorry.
your heart tells you. Lindsay destroyed me last game. She's doing just fine, I'm sure.
Don't look at my objective.
Look at that mangrove.
All I need a... I think I'm just going to have to go for this one life.
How about you, Caryl?
I want a 3 so bad.
Oh.
If you could be an animal or a plant, you don't have to be a living creature.
I think this lovely artwork coming soon card really identifies me.
Hellbender or Wolverine?
I'm gonna look at the top 3.
Oh. You know what? I think actually I would be the brown lemming. I'd be just like this little thing, and I would probably just sleep in a hole all day and have the best life that way.
That sounds very David the Gnome of you. Sure.
Well, I got exactly nothing that I wanted.
Did you just take your turn, Isaac?
I did. Well, I have
Alright.
to discard 2 cards, and I'm going to discard the Sugar Maple, and I'm going to discard the Red Mangrove. But I'm just trying... Wait. Don't refill. Don't refill, because I still have to put these cards back. And then these cards will refill.
You have to put cards back?
Because I took the action that lets me look at the top 3 cards.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm going to take the Musk Socks, and it's going to do nothing for me, and then I'm just going to live my life that way.
Don't you diss that Muskox. That is the animal that I most identify with. Alright? It's a social creature, but like, I get nervous in social situations, so it also like just kind of hangs out at a distance. Like it's part of the group, but it doesn't have to be part of the group.
That's fair.
Just kind of like chills out, eats flowers.
Smells
Just
good.
enjoys being around the other, muskox.
I must cox you something.
Go ahead,
Is
Lindsay.
it my turn?
I think it's Lindsay's.
No, it is my turn. Oh man, this is. I'm just gonna do this research action and put
There you
a
go.
research token on my research token and just pray that this chain works out for me.
I was hoping for some chains, but I didn't get that to work out.
This has been a rough game for chains. I'll
Yeah,
do this.
but not a rough game for gains. Thanks for sharing your workout stories, Lindsay and Caryl.
All right, Monique.
Hey, look at that! Sheep.
Nice. You get 1, 2. Yeah, 2 synergy for that.
Yep. Yeah. Woo. What is your favorite zombie movie? We are talking zombies now. Do you have a
Mine,
favorite?
personally?
Anybody's.
Favorite
We're all
zombie
friends
movie?
here.
I mean, is it Zombie World? It's really hard to beat Zombie World as far as zombie movies go.
You mean Zombieland?
Zombie Land. It's one of my favorite movies, obviously. You can tell because I know the name so well.
Well, you're just getting optimistic. You want them to take the Disney mindset and go to Disneyland,
Yeah.
Disney World, and just keep expanding that genre.
That would be mine, hands down.
I think I'm going to do Shaun of the Dead because it's really funny. And I don't know. I love that Simon Pegg style humor series of stuff. And I'm definitely going to go more humor than full out gore because sometimes I can't do that. I always like to preface movies as my favorite if I feel like I can rewatch them over and over again.
Yes. I want to hear from chat too, but how about you, Caryl?
Ooh, this is a tough question. Come back to me. I need to think about it. There's so many good ones. I don't want to say the wrong thing, and then 10 minutes later, I'm gonna be like,
thing.
I'm gonna
You can just
10 minutes
top
later,
three
I'll
it.
message you guys, and I'll be like, it's actually this.
Just tags us all on Twitter. This is it. Pop Tartman says Train to Busan was their favorite, and
I've never heard of
Brambeard
that one.
also enjoys
Never heard of
Zombieland.
I think
Train to
Train to
Busan's
Busan is that Japanese filmmaker that made
Oh,
that
no.
movie, and it's supposed to be really good. I remember hearing people talk about it as like one of the top tier horror movies, but I haven't watched
The
it.
Japanese make too good of horror movies. I can't deal. like it's too scary.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny. Like I keep thinking like, oh, zombie movies, and then like we're talking, I'm like, oh right, there's like a whole horror genre for zombie movies because I forgot. Because my favorite is Warm Bodies.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's a
yeah,
great
that's a
one.
really interesting one.
I really liked that one. I'm a huge Nicholas Hoult fan. There's something about that guy. Feels like that kid who's really nice in elementary school, and you just never forgot him. But there's also like, anyway, there's also just like I just really like that movie.
Yeah.
There's some things like weren't great, but the story overall, I really liked. How they had like the bonies and then like the transformations like back and forth. That was really
Yeah, that one reminded me of the Left 4 Dead video game because they had like such cool categories
Yeah.
for the zombies.
So, Caryl, did you just finish your turn?
Yes, and I thought about what zombie movie is my favorite.
Yeah, let's hear it.
The most,
All right.
the most important part of
Everybody,
this.
shut up! Like, we're gonna hear what Caryl has to say.
It's 28 days.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, that one's too scary.
That's why it's so good. All of
that
a
one,
sudden,
like, could really
zombies
happen.
are scarier. Yeah, exactly. It could actually happen.
That was
Wow,
my favorite
no.
until Warm Bodies. But I really love that movie.
It's too.
What
You're
else
too
is
intense for me. I can't hang.
All right. All right, so the game is done. Normally we go until someone fills out their player board or until the timer track hit 10 here. But we're going to go ahead and score right now so we can kind of be mindful of everybody's time. So I have this score sheet that I've made up. It's on the chat. I sent you guys this as well, but we're going to go ahead and start scoring. Now, I'm going to go ahead and score my board first, but you guys can try to score on your own, but I'll double check to make sure that you're scoring correctly. So no worries. I'm just going to go ahead and let the chat know what I'm going to be scoring first, and I'm scoring my first column. Now, I did terrible on my first column. Don't take my example. But what I did get here is in descending order, I have the ring seal and the American red squirrel that have a matchup, and that's still going to get me at least 2 points. So I will take those 2 points and place them on this section of the score sheet. All right, we're going to go to player 2. And Lindsay, do you want to go ahead and tell me what your column is?
My first column is, let's see, it's a wild, so it can be anything. I'll make that a 1, 2, 3. I've got 2 research tokens, so 4, 5. And then I've got a keystone animal in that. So that's 10 points for that row.
Woo, 10 points.
Yeah, that's really the only thing I got. So enjoy the moment.
So, and then I'm going to go ahead and go over to Monique. Now, this one's very easy.
Why, thank you, Isaac. See, what I really wanted to do is show our audience a way that we could just see what happens when someone has played suboptimally. So as you can see here, I have the 1 point, so you can see what it looks like when there's not 0.
Honestly, it is 0 because there's no chance. You don't have any sequences, so you don't get any points. I'm sorry.
Nailed it. Nailed it. I'm so sorry. The teleprompter skipped.
All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to Caryl. Caryl, do you want to go ahead and try scoring, and I'll correct you if you think anything's correct?
Yeah, sure. So I've got 0 on this one. On
That
this
is
first
correct.
column. Cool.
All right.
Set you up nice there, didn't I?
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm here to make Caryl
Who's
look
scoring points can do
Here
this
to
fun.
play suboptimally is Caryl as well.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and score my column 2. My column 2 is crap, and it got 0 points.
My column 2 also scored 0 points.
Wow, what a streak we got going on here. Let's see if Monique's
Copycats.
gonna break that up.
All
for
of
us.
you.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
but
we
he's got a
go.
good
We got some
one.
points going.
Woohoo!
So what'd you get here, Monique?
Okay, so all right. What if I had 1, 2, 3, 4?
Now, you
3.
are correct because you have at least one matching symbol amongst all of them. You have the Great Plains symbol, slash desert symbol, which is the orange symbol here. You have 1, and they're all in descending consecutive order. So you're going to get how many?
4.
And then you have a keystone, so you count that sequence again.
8.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Nice.
8
Thanks,
points.
Elmo. I mean, Isaac. Wow, we did it!
And then
Dear
how about
diary.
you, Caryl?
I don't work in columns, so this is another 0.
You can build
Fair.
walls, but you can't work in columns.
Actually, when I drywalled, it was in rows. Actually.
I love that this sounded like a joke, but ended up being a true statement.
All right, so 0 points here. And on me for column 3. So in this one, I was able to score 2 points because I have the raccoon and the hellbender.
That raccoon has the most precious face in all eternity.
It seems
Love
like
it.
Raccoon and Hellbender would be an awesome show.
That's what I was about to say. I'm like, I would want to read that comic.
Hear me out. Rose Gauntlet's premier band. Raccoon Hellbender.
Raccoon on a Hellbender. All right, Lindsay, how about your third row?
I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, all sharing the desert and field symbol. So that is 4. And then my kangaroo rat's a keystone animal, so that's 8.
Nice.
Great.
Oh, you can roll your eyes. I'm so jealous
And
right now.
what about you, Monique? Do you have any? Yes, you do.
I think 2.
Yes, you do. You got 2 points.
It takes 2, baby.
And what about you, Caryl?
This wild can't be like multiple things, can
So
it?
unfortunately, like it could have been any number that you wanted between 1 and 5. However, it didn't match up with any of your ecosystems, so
I
it did
see.
not work out there. So 0 points.
I've done terribly.
And now I'm moving
Oh,
the board around.
Somewhere better. You're welcome to.
All right, my fourth column is going to get me 1, 2, 3 points with a keystone, so I'm going to count that again and get me another 6. Or 6 points in total. Lindsay, what about you?
All right. So I got 2 chains here. I got red fox and a North American beaver, grizzly bear, and a spotted. I screwed this up. Oh no, they're all the same. I got forest across the board. Yes. Accident. That was not on purpose. So 5, 4. All right. So I get all 4, and then I got 2 keystones. So that's 12.
That's nice. 12 points. And what about you, Monique? What do you got going on over here?
1, 2, 3, 4 bison. All right. They're all deserty.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, they've all deserted, and there's 2 keystones, so that is 12.
Yep.
Yep.
Perfect.
Nice.
Hey, look, I
Awesome.
made it.
All right, Caryl. This is your moment.
This gets me 3. Does it?
Yep, that would be 3.
That's gonna be 3 points.
3. I'm on the board.
There you go. All right. Now it's over to me, and I'm going to go ahead and score my first row. I have this cactus here with the gopher tortoise, and the gopher tortoise has 2 research tokens on it. He's a well-researched little turtle. Tortoise, not turtle, Isaac. Those are different things, and you've spent a long time learning about that.
You can tell that this gopher tortoise has researched well. It has 2 degrees because it really goes it.
So I'm going to go ahead and gain 4 off of that. But then I also have 2 keystone symbols amongst them. So that means it's going to be 12 points in total.
Oof.
On to you, Lindsay.
All right. I got the wild 3, 4, 5, all sharing the Arctic symbol.
Mhm.
So that's 4. 2 research is 5, 6. I got 2 keystones, so that's 18 points.
Nice. And over to you, Monique, your first row.
So up here, you see, I had The
Poor
ptarmigan.
ptarmigan.
I was working on it. So the kangaroo rat and the ptarmigan were like, we should totally hang out here. And they're like, yes. And the mountain lion's like, can I come? And they're like, oh, that guy. Like, why? Every time, you know? So he's like, oh, Bighorn Sheep invited me. So I'm just going to crash your party of 2. No, nothing. Nothing.
Zero points, unfortunately. And then we're going to go over to Caryl for your first row.
2, right?
Correct.
Yep.
Sweet.
All right. Over to me for my second row. I got 2 and 3, and I'm going to go ahead and get 2 points. And Lindsay, on to you.
All right. For row, I have 2 points for my row.
On to you,
I wanted to
Monique.
leave. I want to leave plenty of room for this one, so I have nothing. I'm saving up.
Oh, I'm giving Lindsay 20 points by accident.
I'll take it. That was no accident, Isaac.
That's no moon.
All right, your second row.
Nothing here.
Correct. And I got 3-2, so I only got 2 points for my row 3. Lindsay? Row 3?
I have 1, 2, 3. With the Keystone Animals, that's 6 points.
Okay. All right, and row 3 for you, Monique?
No thanks.
You did
You still score. You still score
Oh, I
points
did.
here. Yeah, you got the red fox and the ferret.
Okay, cool. 2, please.
There you go.
Score for 2.
All right, Caryl.
All right,
You got
I think
some
this
stuff
gets
going
me.
on here.
I made a grave error about this one, so I broke this chain. So this is only going to give me 8 points.
All right, but that's still a good amount of points.
Especially for 2 cards.
All right, next one. All right, and then last one, I get 2 points right here.
All right, I got these 2 Keystone Animals, which I realized just now don't have the same ecosystem, so that's going to be a 0, and not the 6 that I thought I had here.
It happens to the best of us. Not to me, but to the best.
And Monique, how many points do you got here?
Well, no, 3, 4, no, 2, 1, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 6. 6, I think.
So you have the
This is
magic
better.
symbol amongst all of them. Because they're all
Oh, I
forests.
do the forest. Oh, I
Yep.
see
Yeah.
now. Okay, so then 8.
Yep,
Yep.
8 total. And over to Caryl.
4.
No, you have more than that. Oh, wait, no.
This one doesn't
This
match.
one, yeah.
Because I forgot that rule, but you know.
Sorry, you blame my teaching skills. It was me.
No. Blame my listening comprehension.
All right, now we're going to go ahead and score secret objectives. Did anybody get a secret objective?
No.
I didn't
Nope.
No.
No way. Did that
I'll tell you
happen?
right now.
I work so hard, but I am terrible at secrets.
So nobody got any of those?
No.
Did not.
And
I had
synergy
grand-
tokens. For every 3 synergy tokens, you gain 1 point, so I got 1.
I also get 1.
3.
3?
And I have 2.
2. All right, the grand total is Isaac at 29, Lindsay at 57,
Whoa.
Monique at 35, and Caryl at 19. All right, well, good job. Monique,
I think I'm
you
gonna have
beat
to watch that
Nice.
rematch. Sweet, I like this.
Aw.
Yeah, this is super
Oh, deal.
great.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys took some time with us today to learn it and get a hang of it. Before we let you guys go, we like to close with a question that's a little bit more personal, but if you guys don't want to answer it, just let us know. The reason we ask this question is that we're working on a game called Life After Dungeon. And in Life After Dungeon, we have characters that are dealing with what happened to... they're dead, and they're dealing with like what they left behind. So with this, we like to ask, so we get a little bit better perspective on how we want to approach these characters. We wanted to ask, what would you like to be remembered for when you're gone?
I didn't realize we'd have so many live-hitting questions. That's hard to answer today.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, you go first. You sounds like you were going to be serious about it. Please.
I am really excited because like I spend a lot of time planning my funeral because not out of like anything sad. I'm not anticipating going anytime soon, but like that's the last party I'll be able to plan. So I want to leave behind like I want people to feel that like they were free to be human with me and all that means. So like less judged and like hopefully that I gave people a little more grace that they felt gave them a little more energy to pass that on a little bit. And then I don't want to be known for having the best funeral ever. It's lit.
Well, that's amazing. That's awesome, Monique. You definitely make us feel fantastic and very human and very comfortable around you. And it has been an absolute joy to get to meet you and get to know you. And we cannot wait till we get the opportunity to do it in person one day.
Yeah, I'm really excited to meet both of you in person. I'm just it's been such a cool thing to like meet other women in the industry, and this is a very cool moment for me.
You're all invited to my funeral.
I'll be long dead.
I'm gonna need like 2 weeks notice if you can help that.
It's gonna be great.
So I think for me, I don't really necessarily care about like a legacy of my name being left behind, but anyone who I've been involved with in their life, I would hope that what I leave behind is some sort of positive impact that they'll remember me for. That I don't know, that makes them feel like they can look back on a happy memory that I could have helped them provide or somehow made their life a little easier or better in any way, hopefully better. But as long as I have made an impact like that on even one person, or my dogs who, you know, by default have to say that, yes, I made their life pretty great, I think, considering how well I treat them. Then
10
I
out
could
of
say
10
that
would be your dog.
I'll see you the next life then.
I'll be back.
Yeah, then I could say I'm happy with that. And that's what I hope I can leave behind.
That's awesome, Caryl. Where you are definitely an amazing positive impact on me. Every single time I've met you, hung out with you, I have enjoyed it a lot. And I just hope that we have more opportunities like that in the future. And I can't wait to hang out with you again. I can't wait to have Lindsay meet you as well.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
It's going to be
so excited.
It's so nice that we get to meet so many amazing people in the industry. And it's so awesome that even in these times, we've gotten to meet more people and still add more people to our circle and get to get connected with other people through this wonderful work that we do. And we just really appreciate your guys' time today. Thank you so much for coming to play our new game. It's our baby. We really want it to work out, so it's really nice to have your support there as well. And I really hope that a lot of new people got to check out your content as well. If people want to find you online, where can they find you? Caryl, you can go first.
Oh, okay, sure. You can find me on Twitter, my Instagram for my lifting videos if you want that. It's @Quiche Games.
Thanks.
Those listening to those really pump me up. All right. You can find Monique. You can find me as Gamefreakgeekgirl on Twitch or Gamefreakgeek on Twitter.
Awesome. And Caryl, I just want to give you the opportunity too, if you want to rep anything for Leader as well. You're more than welcome to.
Yeah. So we've got our new game Oath fulfilling right now for Kickstarter. You can find it at retail summer/fall this year. Kind of TBD, just because shipping right now is just a mess. TLDR. Root Murata right now is on pre-order if you are a big fan of Root and you want to see our two newest factions.
Awesome. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in. We are taking a small break and we'll be back at 5 o'clock Eastern. Oh, wait. Is it 6? We'll be back at 6 o'clock Eastern. I'm on Central Time. I don't know what things are. We'll be back at 6 o'clock Eastern with Nick and Nikki from Plaid Hat Games. All right. See you guys all very soon.
Thanks
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.